Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Knit by Day podcast. We are on episode 6. For those of you who are just joining us, my name is Deja. You can find me on Instagram at Knit by Day or on Ravelry at Days Jam. Guys, it's November 29th. We are 2 days away from the very last month of 2020. If you can believe it, we have somehow survived the year. Maybe I should knock on wood because we haven't yet, but we're getting there. To start us off today, I actually have a couple of announcements. And, ooh, even better, check this out. We actually have some show notes. So maybe we'll have a little bit more organization on this podcast episode, and maybe we won't. We'll just have to see. The first thing I want to talk about is Vlogmas. So for those of you who don't know or are new to all of this, every year a bunch of, well, I think it's more than just Fiverr people, but I'll say Fiverr people, particularly podcasters, will post a blog every day in December and call it Vlogmas. It's one of my favorite things to do during the month of December, is just sit, hang out with a cup of coffee, and watch people do their Vlogmas. So I thought it would be cool to post some videos during Vlogmas as well. One of the main reasons being that this will be the first year that I actually have a yarn advent calendar, and I thought it would be cool to kind of start every vlog by opening up some of my yarn. I ordered my advent calendar through Sweet Nesting. She is a phenomenal yarn dyer. And I think she operates solely off of Instagram. I don't think she has a website. And I am so excited to open this up. Her style is really a lot of bright pinks and blues and really colorful, amazing gorgeousness, right up my alley. I think my box originally came in October, and so it has been sitting under my bed, literally just taunting me for 2 months now, and I cannot believe that Tuesday I finally get to open this one up. I don't know how I'm going to stop myself from just opening all of them, but I think Vlogmas might be a cool way to keep myself accountable. So what I did is I put a poll on Instagram to see if you guys would prefer I post Vlogmas on Instagram or on YouTube. I think last time I checked, Instagram was winning by a lot, so that's probably where I will end up posting initially, and then perhaps maybe I'll do it like day one, it's on Instagram, and then I can post it on YouTube, whatever ends up working out, whatever ends up being less work for me, if I'm honest. But so yeah, stay tuned for that. It will definitely, almost definitely start on Instagram, so that's where you will find it. All right, the next thing I have to talk about is super exciting, at least to me, and I think you guys will find it exciting as well. My friend Chrissy from Yarn Cafe Creations has actually donated a mini set. So generous. She donated a mini set to the podcast, which means that starting today, we're gonna open up a giveaway for a mini set. So I'll show you what it looks like. She is a phenomenal yarn dyer. Again, right up my alley with the bright colors, the neons. It is absolutely gorgeous yarn. A 1-ply fingering weights set. It has 5 minis in there, and they are 20 grams each. So that is a lot of yarn to work with. If you wanted to do this on its own or add a contrasting color, would be absolutely gorgeous. And then, in addition to this, I went ahead and ordered some Tuft Woolens to give away along with it. So I do not recommend any products or any companies that I am not 100% obsessed with. Yarn Cafe Creations and Tuft Woolens are two that I absolutely love. So I thought I would pair them together. Coming with that mini set, the lucky winner will also receive some of Tuft Woolens Knitter's Balm in the Sage and Blackberry, which is my absolute favorite scent. I don't have any nearby, but I keep these all over my house, and the Sage and Blackberry is the one that I probably end up going to the most. So much that I ended up ordering myself like 3 more. But that in addition to the Tuft Woolens sock soap. So this will work like your wool wash. And this scent is Mossy Woods. This is my first experience with Mossy Woods, but it smells amazing. It's like, I'm gonna be horrible at describing fragrances, but it smells like it kind of has patchouli in it. No, it doesn't tell me, but it smells phenomenal. It reminds me of like those essential oil crystal shops, like Asheville type of smell. Only people from there who visit North Carolina will get that one, but it smells like Asheville. I am going to be hosting this giveaway on Instagram at Knit by Day, obviously. And the way we're going to do it is it's going to be set up much like mini giveaways on Instagram. I'm going to ask that you follow the Knit by Day Instagram, as well as Chrissy. I believe hers is just at Yarn Cafe Creations, but it'll be in the description box. So follow us both, like the post, and then tag a friend to enter the giveaway. Every person you tag will count as an extra entry into the drawing. And then if you wanted to go even further and get 10 additional entries, what you could do is share the post to your story. But make sure that you tag my Instagram when you do that. Otherwise, for whatever reason, Instagram will not show me when people share my posts. So that'll be how you win. I think I'm going to actually keep this open until the next episode of the podcast, and then I'm going to announce the winner there. So you'll have 2 full weeks to tag your friends, think of more friends, and then tag them as well. And then in 2 weeks, I will close the post and draw a winner. I think by the time this goes live, that post should already be up. So if you're watching this, go straight to my Instagram and go ahead and enter. Next on things to talk to you about, I was going to wear this and we would talk about what I was wearing, but it is so hot in here that I couldn't stand to wear a pullover. So I'll just show you. I got this in the mail this week. I don't know if this is going to be reversed for you or not, but I'm going to try to reverse it if it's reversed. So this is, it says, whatever speckles your yarn, and it is a sweatshirt from Fiber for the People. It's on their website, and they actually have shirts as well. It comes in a number of colors, and I have already worn this like 5 times, and I've had it probably only 5 days. I love this sweatshirt. Nobody else really gets it, but I don't care. Anyone who knits or does anything fiber related will see it and know what I mean. That's all I care about. Speaking of Tayler from Fiber for the People, she just released a hat called the Welded Hat. I know it's a free pattern, and I believe it's fingering weight yarn. It is so cute. So that's one of the things that I'm thinking about casting on. I haven't even really thought about the yarn, but I think that's coming down the pipe for me. I love Tayler's aesthetic. I think she has the prettiest yarn, the prettiest designs. Speaking of Tayler, she just emailed me like as I hit record here to tell me that she did in fact receive my order for a sweaterish quantity of yarn. So that's another thing that should be coming my way shortly. I get on Instagram, I have a lot of, I look ashamed because I have a lot of yarn coming in the mail right now. I get on Instagram and see indie dyers posting their things, and I just truly cannot help it. I order all the things, and I don't even think twice about it until I have 1,500 packages and I don't have even enough needles to cast on all the things. But I am really excited about the Fiber for the People yarn. I have been eyeing her yarn for the longest time and just haven't pulled the trigger for whatever reason. So I'm excited to have that coming my way. Works in progress are next on the list. Shall we do it? Probably guess what I'm going to talk about first. This is the Hanstholm sweater. And it is the sweater that I have been knitting for Christian for what feels like years now. What I did not realize when I cast on a sweater for my giant partner is that it's was gonna take forever. Nobody told me that men's sweaters take more time than my tiny sweaters. So this is the Hanstholm sweater. It is knit out of Berroco vintage yarn in a colorway I do not know. If you watched previous weeks, you've heard me say that 15 times. It has sleeves. It has sleeves. It has a body. The body is currently on waist yarn because I had him try it on yesterday, and we are about 5 or 6 inches from being totally done with the body. But we will not be done. Unfortunately, I knit the sleeves a little bit long. I think he could live with it just fine, but I really want this sweater to be perfect because I spent so much freaking time on it, and because he deserves a perfect sweater, right? So I have to take out about, let's see where my stitch marker is. Let's say, no, that's the wrong one. I have to take out about a lot of yarn. So if we look, I have a stitch marker right here to mark where his wrist would be. And another one to mark where I would like to start the cuff. So really this is where I need to start, where I need to stop ripping out. So I'd say that's about, I don't know, 6 inches, maybe more. Apparently I got into the groove of this and just did not stop knitting, which is what happens when you have miles and miles of stockinette, I guess. So that is that. I'm hoping, gosh, if I don't have it done by the next podcast, I'll cry. I'm so sick of all this stockinette. So I want to cast on other things, which means I have to get this done. It will be done by next podcast, or else there will be no Christmas. That was quite the threat. Next on my list, I have the Ripple Butt Shorts by Jessie Designs. I am knitting this out of a Berroco vintage, much the same as Christian's sweater, in a colorway I don't know. It is lavender, purple, pink, a mix of all of that. But as far as the actual colorway name, could not tell you. So this is what I have so far. This will look like absolutely nothing to you guys, but to me it is a feat because I have been wanting to cast this on forever now. So we have the start of a waistband. So this will eventually fold over into my waistband, and in will go the drawstring. This is an I-cord drawstring, and I think this is so freaking cute. I would have never thought to knit a drawstring. I would have never thought to knit shorts. So the fact that Jessie May thought it up and put it together absolutely astounds me. She's a phenomenal designer and never fails to impress me. So I will continue working on these pretty much as soon as I stop recording because I'm so excited about them. And I'm guessing that they'll be finished fairly quickly. I think I might have also said that about Christian's sweater, and here we are weeks and weeks later, so I might be lying to you. But these are a small project, so I don't feel like they could possibly take that much time, right? Right? We'll see. I feel like that's my motto. I should create shirts that just say "we'll see," because I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, next on the list I have a pair of socks, and I'm kind of shocked by that because typically I will, once I finish a pair of socks, I will forget about socks for months and months. So the fact that I just got done with my Coffee Talk socks a month ago and I'm already thinking about socks again, that's kind of impressive. So we're gonna go with it. These socks are a design that I am totally making up, and if you guys have any interest, I will put it on paper, but first I have to make sure I'm not stealing the idea from anybody. I'm almost positive that I'm making these up, but when you go to design things, sometimes you have to think like, am I really making this up, or did I see this somewhere and subconsciously I'm just recreating it? So I'll take a look around. If this looks familiar to you, please let me know. But here we are. We just have a tiny little bit, a cuff and then a little pattern. It might be a little bit hard for you guys to see this, but I hope not. Let's see. It's just a little honeycomb like texture. This yarn is the Hello Stella her fingering weight yarn in the Prism colorway, which is a stunning colorway. For those of you who have seen the first episode, when I kind of revisited a lot of my finished objects, I used this yarn to knit my summer shirl tee, and so this is what is left, which is quite a bit. That's the thing with short sleeve sweaters, you end up having so much yarn left over, which I think is incredible. It's my favorite. So socks this will become. Oh look, here are all my Tuft Woolens and their palms just sitting here. This one's Chai Spice. I know I have some of the Blackberry Sage probably in the bedroom. And then this one I just got, it's the Autumn Berry, and it's also phenomenal. Can't go without these, truly. The Chai Spice, I would think I wouldn't like because I'm not really one to go for like the sweet candle smells or fragrances, but this is, I love it. And the best part about these is it doesn't just like lotion your hands up and make them soft. The smell transfers to your knitting, and so every time I pick up a project where I've been using Tuft Woolens, it is heavenly. So highly recommend, or just win it in a giveaway if you go to Instagram. What do we have next? Oh, we're gonna talk about timeout projects. So first of all, my weekender is not on timeout on purpose. I am thinking about it. I want to finish those sleeves, and I also really want to finish Christian's sweater, so it is on hold, not because it did anything wrong, but just because I need to get the sweater done. What is in timeout is my cowl that I showed you guys last week in our little mini-sode. Unfortunately, I went to go rip back just a couple of rows and had just the worst brain fog of all time and just kept ripping and ripping until I got to a place of no return. And so now the cowl has less progress on it than when I showed you. It's not worth showing you. Frankly, it's just sad. But I'm gonna have to get back to where I was eventually. I'm just putting it on hold for right now because I am stressed about it. Thankfully, it will probably go by a lot quicker this time around because I have the pattern written out. I just have to get there. Yep. But again, once I pick that back up, once we get to a finishing place, I'll knit another version on DK to ensure the pattern's good to go, and then I'll send it off to Tusters. So one day you guys will see that, I promise. It's just gonna be a minute now because that's the way designing goes sometimes. Are we ready for like the best part of the podcast? In my opinion, it feels like it to me. Probably isn't so much for you guys, but that is yarn acquisitions. Like I said, I have a ton of mail coming, and I also have a lot of mail that's already arrived. So let's start with what we know. I've already talked about and bragged about Yarn Cafe once today, but I'm not gonna stop there. So I have ordered a sweater's quantity of yarn from her in 3 different colors. So I have white pepper, which is like a gorgeous variegated, like almost silver. I hope you guys can see that variation because it's stunning. I don't, like, I'm referring to a semi-solid as stunning, but it really is. If you can see the detail in it, I love the way it knits up. I love the variations in it. It's really pretty. The next one is Unicorn. For obvious reasons, that is a unicorn, girly, princessy type of yarn, and I love this one. Last is Blueberry Muffin, which has so much going on. This one reminds me of a mermaid, actually. And if it looks familiar, it's because it's one one of the skeins you will be able to win in the giveaway prize. I'm looking at this skein again, and this pink is my absolute favorite. So pretty. I might have to order a full skein of that. But like I said, I have another skein of this gray, so it is technically a sweater's quantity, and this will eventually be a design, but it is a design that I am not quite ready to talk about. It will be several months before it is even remotely ready, and so I don't quite want to spill the beans just yet. You guys will be the first to know when I am finally ready to talk about it. But I want to get it on the needles. I've only swatched, and I want to actually make some headway before I start announcing that I'm doing things, because if it doesn't work out, then not only am I disappointed with me, but you guys have to be disappointed as well. So we're gonna wait. My last stash acquisition is actually the Patreon minis that I get from a homespun house every month. So I think I know I've mentioned this before. Molly of a Homespun House, if you subscribe to her Patreon and pick the largest tier, which is like 20 bucks a month, then every month you get not only access to all of her videos, which are so fun to watch. I watch them while I'm getting ready in the morning, but you also get 3 mini skeins every single month. So these are for, I believe these are October's mini skeins. I believe. What else I thought? So those of you who have been watching a while know that all of my Patreon minis go into my, it's been so long since I've worked on it, I don't even remember the name. Oh, no, my habitation throw. So all of my Molly mini skeins go into the habitation throw, which I'm really excited about. I actually have a sweater's quantity coming from Molly as well. So just all the Molly yarn, really. I don't even want to get into it because I am absolutely obsessed with the Homespun House. It is my favorite thing in the world. It's my favorite podcast. It's my favorite yarn. She's my favorite person. And I could just go on and on. So I'm really excited that these came in. And then November should be showing up pretty soon along with that sweater's quantity. And yeah. I think that's it for all the yarny stuff. So if you care to stick around, I'm going to start talking a little bit about my life. Let's see, what do we have to talk about? So I think was it last week? Holidays make weeks and months feel years apart. So I think it was last week, whatever November 17th was, Christian and I celebrated our 6-year anniversary, which is really, it's crazy. I can't believe I've tolerated him that long. I can't believe he's tolerated me that long. Yeah. So for our anniversary, what did we even do? I think we just hung out. Oh, we went out to eat. We got steak. It was really fun, actually. But even more exciting, for those of you who follow me on my personal page, you'll know that I am equally obsessed with plants. And so he got me this variegated monstera, which if you're not super familiar with plants, you probably won't know what a gem this thing is, but you can definitely appreciate the beauty in these leaves. So yeah, he got me a variegated monstera, which is super impressive. They're hard to find, especially this size, and they are expensive. So he got a really good deal on it. But I was just blown away when I walked in and saw this. So really excited about this. Hopefully I don't kill it, because I will be deeply, deeply ashamed and probably depressed for quite some time. What else? Other than our anniversary, obviously we had Thanksgiving last week. My parents are divorced, but the way it's set up, my dad is here about 30 to 40 minutes from me. I'll say I'm here, and then my mom is over here about 30 to 40 minutes from me. So I'm smack dab in the middle of them. They're about an hour apart. And so it makes kind of Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that really easy. So we'll typically do like half the day at my mom's, half the day at my dad's, and vice versa, whatever, depending on the holiday. So we were able to spend Thanksgiving lunch. We eat at like 11 for Thanksgiving because who can wait? So we ate Thanksgiving lunch with my mom and my grandfather and my aunts and all of those lovely, wonderful people. And then we went over to my dad's to hang out for dessert, which I don't know how people actually save room for dessert on Thanksgiving, because by the time I'm done eating dinner, I don't even want to think about dessert ever again. I don't want to think about eating ever again. So I didn't actually eat dessert. We just hung out. We played board games, which was really cool. Perhaps the best part about Thanksgiving or any holidays, hopefully people don't get my family doesn't watch this and get offended, but the best part about any holiday is spending time with my sister. She's my favorite person in this world, aside from my grandfather, which I mentioned is my actual favorite person. But getting extra time with her. She lives in Wilmington, but we don't see each other very often, so any extra couple of hours I get to spend with her is amazing. I love it. So that would be the thing I was most grateful for on Thanksgiving. And I think I actually said that to her, even though I'm mean most of the time. The other thing that we have happening, we went and got our Christmas tree last night. So I'm sitting here looking at it. We haven't put any lights on it yet. We haven't decorated it yet. Usually that takes us a couple of days to get around to because we make a whole night of it. So we'll probably do some decorating this week one night. I'm really excited about it. We wanted to go local. I think people are going to be mad at me for this. We really wanted to go local and do our local tree farm, but when we went to go look at their trees, they were so pricey. And I understand that's part of shopping local, but we just could not swing it. So we went to Walmart to get our tree. It's ginormous and it was super affordable because unfortunately it's Walmart. But when we went to go get it, they had no system for actually like getting the trees. So we took the tag, paid at the register, and then we had to go cut it down. They didn't have a thing to like bag it up all pretty. So we cut it down. We had to put it in a cart and then like haul it through the store to get out because the nursery department was closed. They won't let you go in or out of that door. So just absolutely no system, an absolute train wreck. But we managed to get it home. It is here. It didn't lose that much pine. So yeah, I'm stoked to have it here. It was just quite a mess getting it here. So yeah, well, probably because the 1st of December is on Tuesday. So I'm guessing that in one of my Vlogmas videos, we will be decorating the tree. So that'll be super fun. And that's it. That's what's happening in my life. I'm expecting the next couple of weeks to absolutely fly by, given it is the last month of the year and that's always how it happens. Christian and I will be hanging out with our friends, going on our annual New Year's Eve trip to the mountains. So we're planning for that. And yeah, just getting geared up for the end of the year. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful couple of weeks until I see you next. Don't forget to enter the giveaway on Instagram. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I will see you guys in about 2 weeks or so. Bye.